So NIO stock is dropping right now. Why is this and how am I as a NIO investor reacting to it? Today at the pre-market, NIO was up around 2%, but as I checked back a couple hours later after the market opened, the stock had dropped around 8% to a share price of $46 or so. What is going on? If you are new here, by the way, my name is Sam and welcome to the channel. If you find this video valuable, please consider pressing that like button. It helps out the channel a lot. Also subscribe if you want to see more NIO and other stock updates in the future. We are a fast growing community and I would love to have you on the journey with us. Now back to NIO. So first of all, looking at the stock chart, I want to remind you all that we are still at a share price of over $46, which was just unthinkable to me a month ago. NIO started November at a $30 share price and going up over 50% in a single month is already ridiculously good. I really think people expect way too much when they invest in the stock market. A stock going up 100% in share price within a couple of years is insanely good when you compare it to the broader market, which returns around 8% a year. By owning something like NIO, we might have the potential to double our money within years, 1 year, or even a matter of months, while it would take 9 years to double it on average when investing in index funds. NIO has more than doubled since October, so only around a month and a half ago, so who knows how good it will perform in the coming year. Always keep in mind though that NIO is associated with a higher risk, so make sure to stay diversified in a bunch of different growth stocks, and also more safe assets like index funds and all that good stuff. But with all this said, what happened today specifically? I think there are two main reasons, apart from this just being a normal, healthy consolidation after a massive run-up, which usually leads to short-term investors taking their profits and long-term people have a chance to buy more shares, by the way. But those two more company-related reasons are one, that the House is voting on legislation that, if it goes through, would give Chinese companies and their auditors 3 years to comply with inspection requirements before getting delisted if they don't. And secondly, the November delivery report that just was released, which we'll get into soon. But first of all, if these Chinese companies don't comply with the US inspection requirements after 3 whole years, they would get delisted from the New York Stock Exchange or Nasdaq stock market. Among these companies we have Alibaba, JD.com, and you guessed it, NIO. Even though NIO has an independent auditor, PricewaterhouseCoopers, which is actually the same one as Tesla, this one is actually a Chinese entity of it. So basically, if this legislation goes through, there will be a 3-year countdown for the Chinese government to allow the US to audit the auditors of NIO, and if that doesn't happen, NIO will have to be delisted. Now, I might have missed something here, so make sure to do your own research on this, but based on my understanding, this could end quite badly for NIO. I think NIO has no reason not to comply. They want to keep their great publicity in America, and especially when they start to launch the new cars here. Also, I think the American financial institutions know what they are doing, and I don't think they would be going into NIO so much right now if they actually believed it could get delisted. But with that said, none of this matters if the US can't come to an agreement with the Chinese government, where China allows US to audit them. No matter what, NIO would get delisted in 2 to 3 years. And what's so sad about it is that it really doesn't matter how good of a company NIO could be. Now, obviously, NIO could still get listed on other stock exchanges, but their share price would still be quite hurt due to the loss in investor confidence. I will definitely update on this further, and I really hope President Joe Biden can come to an agreement with China on this. And even if that doesn't happen instantly, 2 to 3 years is still a lot of time, so let's hope they manage to negotiate a deal. What's even more crazy to me, and what actually gives me more hope about this whole thing, is that there is so much smart money invested into NIO right now, with even American pension funds owning the stock. So let's really hope they know something about this that we don't. So I think the first point is really the biggest reason for why NIO and XPeng is dropping so much right now. But let's go to the second possible reason, and that's the November delivery numbers. So in November, NIO delivered 5,291 vehicles, which is an increase of 109.3% compared to last year's November numbers. Compared to the 5,050 vehicles delivered in October, that's still quite a solid increase. Yet the market was not impressed. You see, NIO investors are kind of spoiled at this point, and we're all used to seeing really good numbers with constant, massive growth month after month. People were expecting something like 5,500 to 6,000 deliveries for this month, and they are now questioning whether NIO can reach their delivery estimates of 17,000 vehicles for Q4. They will have to deliver 6,650 vehicles in December to reach this delivery target, and that would be quite an insane increase from the November deliveries. Now, with double shifts coming up and with a full order backlog, they might still be able to make it. But honestly, it is not that big of a deal to me, and I don't think it is fair for the market to punish NIO just because of lower than estimated delivery growth. I am confident that they will be able to scale up in the future, and the order backlog always being full is what I really like to see and focus on. I think the demand is really important. Now, obviously, if we month after month see delivery numbers not going up and stagnating, then yeah, that would be a big issue, since scaling is vital for a company like NIO. I really hope I'm making it clear here how important it is to stay diversified in your investments. No matter how bullish I am on NIO, I need to acknowledge that these guys still have a lot of work to do before they can be an established blue chip company. And the first huge milestone will come when they start turning a profit, of course. So keep that in mind. Never have all your eggs in one basket, and always try to look at investments from both sides. Oh, and by the way, despite the drop we're seeing right now, we saw a Goldman Sachs analyst upgrading their NIO rating, increasing their price target all the way up to $59. The analyst Fei Fang admitted to underestimating the benefits to NIO from powertrain breakthroughs, the introduction of its battery as a service program, and regulatory incentives that turn around electric vehicle market demand from an ongoing decline. Combined, all of these factors have provided significant tailwinds to NIO's sales volumes. Fang expects an increase in electric vehicle penetration from 5% this year to 20% in 2025, and upgraded his target to reflect this. But with that said, how am I personally looking at this, and do I think this is a good opportunity to get into NIO? I totally do, as long as you are in it for the long term. I don't invest in stocks to hold them for weeks or even months. I like holding these for years to come, since I believe in their fundamentals. So if you want to go into NIO right now to make a quick buck, I really can't help you, since it is very difficult to know how this super volatile stock will move in the short term. But if you're in it for the long run, I just look at this as another buying opportunity in a stock that I think will be worth more in the future than it is right now. As always though, do your own research and make your own decision, since I am not a financial advisor. And take this recent delisting issue as a reminder to always stay diversified. Even in the absolute worst case, if NIO actually gets delisted, I would only lose out on about 10 to 15% of my portfolio. So I hope that's the case for you guys as well. And with that, I want to conclude today's video. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to give it a like and help us reach out to more people about NIO and show them the case of the stock and the pros and cons of it. A simple thing as just pressing that thumbs up button really does help. Also, if you have watched all the way to this point, and if you like the content, of course, why not subscribe and join us in the journey to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.